What's up, guys? We're here. Welcome back. Today, I'm bringing you a video about the Diablo 4 patch notes that are supposed to go live tomorrow, October 7th. Okay, we got some patch notes here tweeted out from Adam Fletcher, which is great. So shout out to Adam and keeping up on all the news coming to Diablo 4. So Season 10, October 7th, patch update. It's not a lot of stuff, but it's actually some really good stuff. So shout out to the devs for making some good changes. So let's go over it today. Let's go ahead and talk about this because it may or may not shape the current meta in Diablo 4. So stick around. Maybe the favorite build you're playing is going to get adjusted. So first things first is the Spirits of Chaos power. There's a lot of really good buffs in this update. So bonus damage is increased from 100% to 200%. To 200% to 400%. So it's literally doubled, which is great. It's 100% buff, which is fantastic. There's some really nice bug fixes here. To trigger basic skills and the Zan rune and chaos armor and stuff. So if you guys are using any of this stuff and you're having issues, it should be fixed tomorrow. Now let's go into the base game here. The Season of Infernal Chaos. Class powers or chaos powers, a beast cornered. This is a staple, especially for like classes like the rogue. So this is a huge buff. So the biggest change is the damage and life stuff is the same. However, spending resources drains a percentage of your life equal to 30%. It is now each resource you spend also drains 0.2% of your max life, and you refund 40% of the total resources spent instead of like the 30% of the resources spent that you lost. And then you can't go below 10%, which is the same thing. So this is a very nice buff depending on what class you're playing. So for me, this is really good for the rogue. This is fantastic. I think this is really, really good. You could do stuff. What's another guy? Like sorcerer, very, very good on sorcerer. Very, very good on druid, or even, well, maybe not druid, but like very, very good on spiritborn. So like big buff here. Very, very good. Now let's talk about some of the class changes here. Rogue, unpredictable, alchemy, and hit and run. These really aren't a big one. Like I don't see too many people using unpredictable alchemy, but it did get a nice 100% buff here, which is great. And then, well, not 100%, but 20 to 40, so it doubled, and 40 to 60, so it's a little bit lower on the top end there. Hit and run, I see some people using this. This is very good, but again, nice little buff here, 30 to 50 and 50 to 70, so very, very nice there. Barbarian was single-minded fury. Not too many barb builds out there this season, but bleed, max life, and damage bonus all super juiced here. So if you are playing Barbarian and you're using single-minded fury, nice buffs here for the Barbarian. Now let's go to gameplay. The Orphan Maker, unfortunately, devs, got to give you some criticism here. Orphan Maker, nobody really uses it. It's kind of a down-and-out item. I think the reload and stuff is just really bad. But the damage is increased for the second reload by 100% now instead of 50 multiplicative. So this is nice. This just kind of fell flat. I tried using it. It just, I can't figure out anything. Maybe some people have some suggestions for Orphan Maker down in the comments. Please let me know. But I just, man, something with this just, it felt super clunky and just never really felt super strong or super good. But maybe this change will help it out a little bit better. Maybe you'll kind of shotgun enemies with it and just kind of, I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if you have some suggestions for this. Next, Sorcerer, which is by far one of the best classes this season. Crackling energy issues, they no longer get picked up from convulsions, but while you're on full crackling energy charges, but this will stop situations where you have high attack speed, causing you to run out. This is going to be such a good change because whether you're playing like Lightning Spear or Crackling Energy build or even Ball Lightning, having Crackling Energy is in all three of these builds. So the fact that you will be basically topped off throughout the entire time you're playing is super good. So great change there. This is the one I'm most excited about here with Infernal Hordes. The range of Soul Spires was increased and the monsters will frequently ambush players inside. This was a huge problem going into Infernal Hordes this season, which with Bartuk there, it's really, really fun to play, but Soul Spires are like the bane of existence when it comes to the Hordes. And like they would spawn all over the place and just monsters don't like come near them, or you're killing them outside and none of them spawn on top. So it was really hard to get high runs when you would just get a series of Soul Spires spawning. Yes, there is strategies to get around it, but for the most part, this was just a huge dent. So this change will lead to a much better offer here and a high payout with Soul Spires, which is great. And then ambushing Hellborns Infernal offer will now have far more ambushes. Hellborns felt extremely underwhelming and extremely weak in the Infernal Hordes. So this is great. This is going to be a nice change because right now we only have a few strategies. So this will be a really nice change. Hellborns should be back. And then we got some descriptions of seasonal journey objectives have been updated to clarify. And then there's a crap ton of bug fixes. Also, the big one for all you Druid players, Aspect of Wild Rage will be enabled. They didn't say what like the biggest issue was, but this is kind of what they alluded to, would allow Poison Creeper's damage to stack indefinitely. So again, this isn't like a bug or an exploit. It's just Poison Creeper's damage just kept going. So again, I do wish that the devs wouldn't put such hard caps on everything. Devs, if you do watch this video, just a bit of criticism. I just wish there wasn't so many hard caps. Like, yeah, the video from a few of the guys that were in, I believe it was China, that were playing Aspect of Wild Rage, which got discovered and made it to where it was, you know, turned off. Like, they were easily doing 150s, like no problem. But now they found a few more builds that do 150s, no problem. So I just don't want players to be finding really cool things to do and having it just nerfed down to the ground. Like, yes, devs, I know that you guys want us to not be able to, quote unquote, complete 150s. And if that's the case, they just really shouldn't be there. I know we're aspiring to get there, but if there's just no chance to get there outside of something discovered like this and then it gets nerfed, it really isn't a good look. So, hopefully it's not nerfed too bad with Poison Creeper, but this will be turned on tomorrow. And then there's just some other nice issues here that they fixed, and then some descriptions for everything. But really, really good changes coming out of Diablo 4 and the devs for tomorrow. So yeah, guys, be on the lookout. This should affect all of your rogue builds, a few of your sorceress builds, and Infernal Horde should be much, much better to play and farm. So yeah, guys, like the video, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, stay gaming. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.